Before Twitter, before TMZ, before cable news, there was one man whose voice terrified politicians, actors, and criminals alike. And his name was Walter Winchell, and he invented modern media influence. Hey, I'm Matt Hasquin, a history teacher, and I'm taking you through Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire line by line, topic by topic. And we've hit the second line with South Pacific. Now we're on to Walter Winchell. In the 1930s through the 1950s, Walter Winchell was everywhere. He had over 50 million newspaper readers, a top-rated radio show that was broadcast coast to coast, and a gossip column that blended celebrity news, political dirt, and patriotic flair, and it was all done at a machine gun-like speed. He signed off every show with his signature line, "Good night, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea." And Winchell wasn't just a journalist, he was a kingmaker, and sometimes he could be a king breaker. Born in 1897 in New York City, Winchell began as a vaudeville performer before pivoting to journalism. His column launched in the 1920s, and it quickly exploded in popularity. But what made him different? Well, he didn't just cover the news. He blurred the line between information and entertainment. He dished celebrity scandals, he broke political rumors, and he used his platform to champion causes or to destroy reputations. Winchell supported FDR. He helped popularize the fight against Nazism and fascism, and he made himself kind of a moral cop for America. But he also wielded fear as a weapon. He could tank a career in a single sentence, and if you crossed him, well, he'd ruin you, and he'd do it in print. In the 1950s, Walter Winchell threw his support behind Senator Joseph McCarthy in his anti-communist crusade, and he began using his column and his radio program to label people as subversive or red sympathizers, or even worse. Writers, actors, and public figures who fell into his crosshairs could find themselves blacklisted, investigated, or unemployable. His critics called him a bully in a fedora. And when public opinion turned against McCarthy, well, it began to turn on Winchell as well. His relentless attacks, once viewed as patriotic, began to feel vindictive and mean-spirited. And by the late 1950s, Winchell's influence was fading. Television was on the rise. America was changing. People wanted less lecturing, more freedom. And his aggressive tone fell out of step with the times. His radio show was canceled. Newspapers dropped his column, and in one of history's most ironic twists, the man who made a living exposing secrets died mostly forgotten in 1972, attended by only a handful of people at his funeral. His legacy is complicated. He pioneered the modern celebrity gossip column, the blending of politics and entertainment, and the aggressive commentator persona that still exists today in media. Why does he matter? Well, Walter Winchell invented the formula that we still see everywhere today. A powerful voice, a massive audience, and a willingness to use the media as a cudgel. He was a watchdog, a fearmonger, a patriot, and a propagandist, sometimes all in the same paragraph. He proved that the pen can be mightier than the sword, especially when the pen is, read and heard by millions. Next up in We Didn't Start the Fire, Joe DiMaggio. So follow along and learn the story behind every lyric. And that's Walter Winchell, Things You Should Know by Being Alive. Thanks for taking the time to watch.